Tired of being stuck in the same cycle? Imagine stepping off the grid, resetting your life, and transforming yourself completely in 2025. What if you could take a step back, redesign your life, and come back stronger, happier, and more aligned with your true self? Sometimes, to find yourself, you need to lose yourself. Life can feel like a never-ending loop. Burnout from work, feeling stuck in routines, or even just the quiet ache of unfulfilled dreams. Maybe you've been wondering what it would be like to hit pause and start fresh, to let go of what's holding you back and step into a completely new version of yourself. But let's clear something up right away. When I say disappear, I'm not talking about running away from your problems or abandoning your responsibilities. Disappearing is about creating space, stepping back to reboot, rethink, and reset your life in ways that allow you to grow and transform. This could mean physically moving to a new place, disconnecting from the constant noise of technology, or even just mentally reframing your mindset. In today's video, I'll guide you step by step through how to disappear and transform yourself, whether it's traveling to a new environment, reducing your digital footprint, or rediscovering your passions and values. By the end, you'll have the tools and inspiration to start your transformation journey in 2025. Let's dive in. The desire to transform one's life often stems from an internal sense of dissatisfaction or a yearning for something more meaningful. One of the most common triggers is burnout. Whether it's from the demands of work or the pressures of personal life, many people feel trapped in an endless cycle of overwork and stress, leaving them physically drained and emotionally depleted. In a world that glorifies productivity and hustle culture, it's easy to lose sight of personal well-being. The weight of constant deadlines, never-ending to-do lists, and the expectation to always be on can wear down even the most resilient individuals. Transformation becomes not just a desire, but a necessity, a way to escape the suffocating grind and rediscover what it means to truly live. For others, the longing to pursue unfulfilled passions is the driving force behind their desire for change. Life often pulls us in directions dictated by societal expectations or practical considerations, like pursuing stable careers or meeting family obligations. However, as time passes, many find themselves reflecting on dreams that have been left on the back burner. Maybe it's writing a novel, learning an instrument, starting a business, or exploring a completely new career. These passions don't disappear. They linger, quietly whispering what could have been until the urge to act becomes impossible to ignore. Transformation, in this sense, is about giving yourself permission to honor those neglected dreams and take the leap toward a more fulfilling existence. Another powerful motivator is the need to escape toxic environments. Whether that's a draining workplace, an unhealthy relationship, or even a social circle that no longer aligns with your values, toxicity can subtly erode your sense of self, making you feel trapped, undervalued, or even invisible. Sometimes the only way to heal and move forward is to step away entirely, to physically and emotionally detach yourself from these negative influences. Transformation becomes a means of reclaiming your identity and creating space for healthier, more supportive connections. The act of stepping away, whether it's a physical relocation, a digital detox, or simply a mental reset, has profound psychological benefits. One of the most significant advantages is the opportunity to break patterns and gain a fresh perspective. Humans are creatures of habit, and our routines, while comforting, can often limit our ability to see beyond the immediate. By removing yourself from familiar environments and routines, you create space to reevaluate your priorities and question the assumptions that have shaped your decisions. This fresh perspective can lead to powerful insights about what truly matters, allowing you to make more intentional choices moving forward. Transformation also has the power to boost creativity and ignite a sense of self-awareness. When you break free from the noise of daily life, your mind is given the freedom to wander, explore, and dream. This is why so many artists, writers, and innovators seek solitude or change as a way to spark their creativity. The absence of distractions allows your thoughts to flow more freely, enabling you to connect with ideas and possibilities that might have been buried under the weight of daily obligations. At the same time, transformation fosters greater self-awareness. Stepping away from your usual context forces you to confront who you are without the external labels or roles you've been assigned. In this space, you begin to ask deeper questions. What do I truly want? What am I afraid of? What kind of life am I striving to create? This introspection can be uncomfortable at first, but it ultimately leads to a stronger sense of identity and purpose. For many, the combination of breaking patterns, nurturing creativity, and enhancing self-awareness leads to a profound sense of liberation. It's about realizing that change is not just possible, it's necessary for growth. By embracing the opportunity to transform, you're not running away from life. You're running toward a version of yourself that is more authentic, fulfilled, and aligned with your true potential. In today's hyper-connected world, technology has become both a tool for convenience and a constant source of stress. A digital detox is a vital first step to disappearing and creating the mental space needed for transformation. Begin by reducing your social media presence. This doesn't necessarily mean deleting your accounts, but rather scaling back your activity. Consider logging out of apps or deleting them from your devices temporarily. Announce a hiatus if necessary, so friends and family don't worry, but keep the explanation brief. The goal is to free yourself from the constant comparison, validation seeking, and noise that often comes with social media. Next, set up automated away messages for emails. Whether you're stepping back for a weekend, a few months, or indefinitely, this simple action helps manage others' expectations and allows you to disengage without guilt. The message can be as simple as, "I'm currently unavailable, but will respond as soon as I'm able. Thank you for your patience." For longer breaks, include alternate contacts for urgent matters. This small boundary protects your mental energy while maintaining professionalism. To truly disconnect, you'll also need to remove or minimize your personal data online. Start by auditing your digital footprint. Search for old accounts, subscriptions, or profiles you no longer use and delete them where possible. Turn off notifications that don't add value to your life and unsubscribe from unnecessary email lists. Use tools to remove your personal information from public databases or data brokers if available in your region. These steps aren't about disappearing completely, but reducing the distractions and invasions of privacy that tether you to your old life. Sometimes the most profound transformations happen when you physically remove yourself from your current environment. A change in scenery offers a new perspective, stimulates creativity, and helps you let go of old habits tied to familiar spaces. Start by exploring affordable travel or relocation options. Depending on your budget and goals, this might mean a short retreat, a sabbatical, or even relocating to a different city or country. Websites like Workaway or WWWoof, worldwide opportunities on organic farms, allow you to travel and work in exchange for accommodation and food, making long-term stays affordable. For those seeking solitude and reflection, consider remote areas or quiet retreats. National parks, small towns, or countryside locations offer peace and the opportunity to reconnect with nature. If you're drawn to a cultural experience, research countries that provide affordable living costs and long-term visa options for remote workers, such as Portugal, Thailand, or Colombia. Not only can these places provide a fresh environment, but they also introduce you to new perspectives, cuisines, and traditions that can spark personal growth. If a full relocation isn't feasible, even small changes in your immediate environment can help. Stay in an Airbnb in a neighboring town for a weekend, or find a local retreat center. These micro getaways can recharge your energy and help you start envisioning the bigger transformation you want. A significant part of disappearing involves lightening the load, both physically and emotionally. Simplifying your life is not just about decluttering your space, but also about freeing yourself from the mental clutter tied to possessions and obligations. Start by decluttering your physical space. Go through each room with a critical eye and ask yourself, do I truly need this? Does it bring me joy, or is it just taking up space? Adopt the minimalist mantra of less is more and begin donating, selling, or recycling items you no longer need. You'll be surprised at how liberating it feels to let go of things that no longer serve a purpose in your life. Once you've addressed the physical clutter, consider downsizing your belongings for a lighter existence. This is especially important if you're planning to travel or relocate. The fewer things you own, the more freedom you'll feel to move and adapt to new environments. Focus on keeping versatile, high-quality items that align with your new lifestyle. For example, invest in a reliable travel bag, a capsule wardrobe, and tools that support your passions or hobbies. Downsizing isn't about deprivation. It's about making space for the things that truly matter. Simplifying your life also means reassessing your commitments and obligations. Are there responsibilities, subscriptions, or routines that no longer align with your values? Letting go of these can be just as impactful as decluttering your home. By simplifying your environment and obligations, you'll create a blank slate that makes it easier to focus on your transformation journey. Transformation begins with self-reflection, and one of the most effective ways to do this is by revisiting your core values. These are the fundamental beliefs that shape your decisions and define what truly matters to you. When life becomes noisy or overwhelming, it's easy to lose sight of these guiding principles. To reconnect with them, take time to journal and explore questions such as, what truly matters to me? And, what am I passionate about? Be honest and allow yourself to write without judgment. Think about moments in your life that made you feel fulfilled or proud. Were you helping others? Pursuing a creative outlet? Building something meaningful? These reflections often point to the values and passions that deserve more of your attention. Another journaling exercise is to imagine your ideal day a year from now. Describe it in detail, where you are, what you're doing, and who you're with. This exercise can reveal what you truly want from life and whether your current path aligns with that vision. As you identify your values, prioritize them. For instance, if freedom, creativity, and connection are important to you, use these as a compass for the decisions you'll make moving forward. By clarifying your core values, you'll create a foundation for intentional growth and transformation. Once you've identified your values and passions, the next step is to redefine your goals. Traditional goal setting often emphasizes external achievements, earning a promotion, buying a house, or hitting a milestone. But when you're rebuilding your life, it's essential to align your goals with your new identity and the values you've uncovered. What kind of person do you want to become? What changes would truly make you feel fulfilled? To make these aspirations actionable, use the SMART framework. Goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, I want to be healthier, set a SMART goal like, I will practice yoga 3 times a week for the next 6 months to improve my physical and mental well-being. Specific goals give you clarity, while measurable and time-bound elements provide motivation and accountability. It's also helpful to break down your larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. For instance, if your goal is to launch a business, your first steps might include researching your industry, writing a business plan, and attending networking events. Regularly review and adjust your goals to stay aligned with your evolving identity and circumstances. Transformation isn't a straight path. It's a dynamic process that requires flexibility and self-compassion. Rebuilding often involves reevaluating your career or skills, especially if your previous work no longer aligns with your values. This is the perfect opportunity to learn a new skill, or even explore a completely different field. Thanks to the abundance of online resources, acquiring new skills has never been easier. Platforms like Coursera, Skillshare, and LinkedIn Learning offer courses in everything from coding to graphic design, often at an affordable price. If you're passionate about a specific subject, consider pursuing formal education or certifications that can open doors to new opportunities. For those seeking greater autonomy, freelancing or entrepreneurship can be a rewarding path. Freelancing allows you to leverage your existing skills while exploring projects that excite you, whether it's writing, consulting, or creative work. Entrepreneurship, on the other hand, gives you the chance to build something uniquely your own. Start small, identify a problem you're passionate about solving, and create a simple solution. Use tools like business incubators or startup communities for support. While reinvention can feel daunting, it's also incredibly empowering. You're not just building a new career, you're building a life that reflects who you are. No transformation is complete without connection. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people who support your growth can make all the difference in sustaining your transformation. Start by identifying the types of communities or networks you'd like to join. If you're pursuing a new career or passion, look for industry-specific groups, whether online or in person. Websites like Meetup or LinkedIn can help you find professional associations, workshops, or conferences that align with your interests. For deeper, more personal connections, seek out communities centered around shared values. For example, if personal development is important to you, consider joining book clubs, mastermind groups, or local retreats focused on self-growth. Volunteering is another excellent way to connect with others while making a positive impact. Through these connections, you'll gain inspiration, support, and valuable insights from people who understand your journey. Don't be afraid to reach out individually either. If there's someone whose work or perspective you admire, send them a thoughtful message or email expressing your appreciation. Genuine connections often start with a simple conversation. Over time, this new network will not only support your growth, but also open doors to opportunities you may not have imagined. The idea of disappearing and transforming your life isn't just theoretical. It's a journey many people have taken, and their stories serve as powerful examples of what's possible. One such story involves Sarah, a corporate lawyer in her late 30s who had spent over a decade climbing the professional ladder. While successful on paper, Sarah found herself exhausted and unfulfilled, trapped in a cycle of long hours and little personal satisfaction. Burnout hit her hard, forcing her to confront a question she'd been avoiding. Is this what I want for the rest of my life? Sarah decided to take a radical step. She left her high-paying job, sold her apartment, and traveled to a small village in Italy where she enrolled in a culinary program. Cooking had always been her passion, but she had dismissed it as an impractical career path. Over the next 2 years, Sarah immersed herself in the world of food, learning from local chefs and building connections within the culinary industry. Today, she runs a boutique catering business specializing in Italian cuisine. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of stepping away from societal expectations and rediscovering what truly lights you up. Another example is James, a 45-year-old father of 2 who worked in IT but felt creatively stifled. He had always been passionate about photography but never considered it more than a hobby. After being laid off during a company downsizing, James used the opportunity to rethink his life. He downsized his family's expenses and started taking photography courses online. He began sharing his work on social media, and within a year, he had built a modest but growing following. Today, James earns a living as a freelance photographer, capturing family portraits and working with small businesses. His journey demonstrates that transformation doesn't require abandoning responsibilities. It's about finding creative ways to align your passion with your circumstances. A well-known and deeply inspiring example of reinvention is J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before her rise to fame, Rowling was at one of the lowest points in her life. As a single mother in her early 30s, she struggled with depression and lived on government benefits. She often wrote in cafes, pushing through self-doubt and financial hardships to complete her manuscript. At the time, her dream of becoming a published author seemed far-fetched, with no guarantees of success. In fact, Rowling's manuscript for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was rejected by 12 publishers before finally being accepted. Her determination and belief in her story paid off. Rowling transformed from a struggling, anonymous writer into one of the most successful authors in history, creating a global literary phenomenon that has inspired millions. Her story reminds us that reinvention often involves perseverance, risk-taking, and the courage to pursue a passion, even in the face of overwhelming challenges. These stories, both famous and personal, illustrate that transformation is possible no matter your circumstances. Whether you're stepping away from a high-powered career to follow a dream, starting fresh after a setback, or taking small steps toward a more fulfilling life, the key is courage and commitment. The path won't always be smooth. There will be doubts, obstacles, and moments of fear. But every step you take brings you closer to the life you're meant to live. Real-life examples like these show that disappearing and reinventing yourself isn't about running away from your problems. It's about moving toward your potential. It's about daring to rewrite your story, embrace change, and create a life that reflects your values, passions, and purpose. As you embark on your own transformation journey, remember that others have done it, and so can you. One of the most common barriers to transformation is the fear of judgment. The decision to disappear and reinvent yourself often goes against societal norms, and this can attract skepticism, criticism, or even disapproval from others. People may question your motives, express concern about the risks, or make you feel as though you're abandoning a life that looks good on the surface. These reactions can be discouraging, especially when they come from those closest to you, like family, friends, or colleagues. It's important to remember that their opinions are often reflections of their own fears or insecurities, not an accurate measure of your choices. To manage this fear, focus on communicating your intentions clearly. Alfie, you don't need to justify every detail, but offering a concise explanation can alleviate unnecessary worry. For example, you might say, "I'm taking time to focus on personal growth and explore new opportunities." Be confident in your decision and remind yourself that your journey is uniquely yours. Practice setting boundaries with people who persistently question or criticize your choices. This could mean limiting how much you share or distancing yourself from negativity temporarily. Another powerful tool is building a supportive inner circle. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage your growth and share similar values. Online communities, local groups, or even close friends who understand your goals can provide reassurance and motivation. Over time, as your transformation unfolds, the results will speak for themselves, and those who doubted you may even become inspired by your courage. A major challenge in any transformation journey is addressing financial concerns. Whether you're leaving a steady job, funding a passion project, or moving to a new location, the uncertainty of income can be daunting. However, careful planning and resourcefulness can help you navigate this challenge successfully. Start by creating a more realistic budget. Assess your current financial situation and identify your essential expenses versus non-essential ones. Cut back on discretionary spending to free up resources for your transformation. For instance, reducing dining out, subscriptions, or luxury purchases can add up quickly over time. Next, consider building an emergency fund before making significant changes. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses and savings to provide a safety net. If your goal involves a career shift or learning new skills, research scholarships, grants, or free resources available in your field of interest. Many online platforms such as Coursera or Khan Academy offer affordable or free courses that can help you build expertise without straining your finances. If income is a concern during your transformation, explore it on side hustles or freelancing opportunities to generate additional revenue. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or Etsy allow you to monetize your skills and passions. This not only provides financial stability, but also offers a sense of purpose and progress while you work toward your larger goals. With careful budgeting and a proactive mindset, financial constraints can become manageable rather than overwhelming. Loneliness and uncertainty are often overlooked challenges of transformation. Stepping away from familiar routines, relationships, or environments can leave you feeling isolated and unsure of your decisions. However, these feelings are a natural part of growth, and there are effective strategies to navigate them. First, recognize that discomfort is temporary and often a sign that you're on the right path. Transformation inherently involves stepping out of your comfort zone, and the uncertainty you feel is a normal part of the process. Reframe it as a sign of progress rather than a setback. To combat loneliness, focus on staying connected with like-minded individuals. Joining communities aligned with your new interests or passions can help you build meaningful relationships. Online forums, local meetup groups, or workshops are excellent places to start. Even virtual connections through social media or niche platforms can provide a sense of belonging and encouragement. Additionally, prioritize maintaining connections with supportive friends and family, even if your paths are diverging. A simple phone call or video chat can remind you that you're not alone. Another effective tool is cultivating internal motivation and resilience. Journaling, meditation, and mindfulness practices can help you process your emotions and find clarity during moments of doubt. Set small, achievable goals to maintain a sense of purpose and accomplishment. For instance, if you're working on a new skill, track your progress daily or weekly to see tangible evidence of your growth. These small victories can keep you grounded and motivated, even when uncertainty looms. Finally, remind yourself of your why. Keep a list of reasons why you embarked on this journey, and revisit it whenever doubts creep in. Whether it's to pursue a passion, find fulfillment, or escape a toxic environment, reconnecting with your purpose can provide the strength and clarity needed to keep moving forward. Facing fear, financial hurdles, and loneliness is part of the transformation process, but these challenges don't have to derail your journey. By addressing them proactively, with clear communication, careful planning, and intentional connection, you'll build the resilience needed to embrace change and create the life you've envisioned. Every step, even the difficult ones, brings you closer to becoming the person you want to be. As we wrap up, let's revisit the core idea of what it means to disappear and transform yourself. This journey isn't about running away from responsibilities or avoiding challenges. It's about intentionally creating the space you need to grow, reflect, and rebuild. Life often becomes so cluttered with expectations, obligations, and routines that there's no room left for the things that truly matter. Disappearing is about stepping back from that noise, clearing the slate, and designing a life that aligns with your passions, values, and goals. Throughout this video, we've explored practical steps to make this transformation a reality. From detoxing your digital life and simplifying your physical environment, to redefining your goals and building new skills. Every step serves as a building block for the life you want to create. We also discussed the importance of confronting challenges, like fear of judgment, financial concerns, and loneliness, with strategies to overcome them. Remember, transformation isn't an overnight process. It's a series of intentional choices that lead to profound change over time. Now, the most important question is, where do you begin? Taking the first step toward transformation might feel intimidating, but it's also the most empowering. Start small. Maybe it's a journaling session to revisit your core values or a weekend spent decluttering your space. Perhaps it's as simple as logging off social media for a few days to rediscover what you want without distractions. Whatever the first step looks like for you, the key is to take it, because every journey begins with a single decision to move forward. Finally, I'd love to hear from you. What would your ideal transformation look like? Is it pursuing a passion, moving to a new place, or reinventing your career? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to engage with you and hear about your vision. And if you've already taken steps toward transformation, tell us about your journey. Your story could inspire someone else to take that leap. Before you go, don't forget to like this video if it resonated with you. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts or your vision for transformation, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more people who might be on the brink of their own transformation journey. And if you know someone who could use a little inspiration or a push to start their next chapter, share this video with them. It could be exactly what they need to take that first step. Thank you for watching, and here's to your transformation in 2025.